Hello and welcome back to the channel. Now this may be a little bit of a bonus video because we have a failure on the fleet. Could have done without this one, but let's get into it. So it's not Mrs. Wynne. It definitely ain't the black one. It's not the mighty white. No, not that white, that white. No, that one's fine. It's not that. It's that. Right. Let's explain. So the Ceed has decided that it wants to be a Leyland for the day. So let's fire her up. First is a no, second, third, no. Oh, fourth went in. Oh, that's not cheers. Well, we have gears. The biting point is right at the bottom. It's actually starting to pull. So, wife came home last night. Let's just shut that off. Wife came home last night and says, "It's like your princess, I can't get any gears." I thought, oh no, not the clutch. No, not the clutch. Really don't fancy doing a clutch. Yes, it beeps. Right, what we've actually got is a very soft pedal. And we have a knackered slave cylinder. But luckily it's an external one and it's just down there. So just 2 bolts, pipe off, job's a good one. So yeah, I've peeled the rubber back this morning and it literally wet itself. So I've been and got a new one at my local parts doodah. I couldn't believe they had one in stock actually, so I'm guessing this is a fast moving item. So accessibility doesn't look too bad. If I come sideways to the car, I can actually get my hand down there, so I don't think it's going to be too much trouble to change. So let's whip this thing off and hopefully this will cure it. So it's just a case of squeezing in and undoing the pipe. Obviously I have already been down here and cracked this off. I did say cracked it off, just so basically we can get in there, make things nice and easy. I'm not going to worry about it leaking any fluid at the moment. I can clean it up after. One of them you can't actually see it, but you can feel it. So the pipe's coming off nicely. This shouldn't make it too long of a video, but it's something for the channel. Now I was a little bit worried because I really thought these were an internal slave cylinder. Given the age of the car and how modern technology works and how awkward they like to make things for you, I really thought this was going to be a new style internal cylinder, but much to my surprise it's external, which does make the job nice and quick. So that's my pipe off. Right, all I need to do now is just undo the 2 bolts which are underneath, sort of, and get it whipped off. So we're now just undoing the 2 bolts holding it in, I think I can actually wind that out with my fingers. Yeah, I can. The other one's a little bit tight, but no, it's now that it's all loose. It's one of them, you can't see it, you got to feel for it, but there are only 2 bolts holding it on. So while I'm pissing around with this, go make yourselves a cuppa. Don't forget those biscuits. And with the miracle of time, there we have the bad boy. And yeah, that's where I've took the rubber off there, and that's where the push rod goes into, and that is absolutely sopping. So I might strip that down later actually, and have a look and see if it's worth keeping as a spare and resealing. But yeah, you can see inside there's a lot of crud that's built up, so that may be the rubber seals breaking down inside there. So there you go, there's the holes for the 2 bolts. It's not very big, nice and easy to change. So I already have a new one, and here we have the new one, complete with the pipe fitting banjo and everything. That's impressive. So new push rod as well, so all of that just sits in the little cup on the lever. It's not held in with any clip or anything like that, so it's basically just a case of fitting it back on and bleeding it up. Refitting is the reversal of the removal. There we go. Let's get this bad boy on, get the clutch bled up. So while I've got it loose, what I am doing is just rolling on the pipe fitting, so it's already in place for me and just makes life a little bit easier. Now all I have to do is just manoeuvre this into the place, get the push rod on and bolt it up. Easy peasy. So that was a little bit awkward to get the 2 bolts in and push against the spring pressure at the same time, but it was a case of just backing it off slightly and putting a small stubby screwdriver in place, and I was able to get both of the bolts in just enough to take up the thread. So now all I'm doing now is just tightening up the 2 bolts, and then I can tighten up the pipe properly, and we should be good to go. So that's all on, nice and tight and in place, as is the pipe all tightened up as well. So the fluid is fed by the brake master cylinder. There's no actual reservoir for the clutch master cylinder, unless you can see, if you can get in there, there is a bleed off pipe, and that goes direct into the master cylinder. So obviously I've lost a little bit of fluid, so let's top that up with some fresh fluid. Obviously there's a filter in there, that's why it's taking a while to sink down, but as long as we're above the pipe bleed off, we'll be okay. So while that's filling up, I'm going to release the bleed nipple, and because it's spring loaded, and all I'm going to do on this particular occasion is let it gravity feed in till it starts coming out. So this might take a while, and then I can bleed it up properly. But if you let it gravity feed, sometimes it will go through, sometimes it won't. It's just how it works sometimes. So while that fills up, I'll carry on topping up that reservoir. So I've now got fluid dripping out of there. So let's tighten that back up for now. And what I can do is I can go back inside the car now, give the pedal a pump a few times and see what we get. So without doing any of the old-fashioned bleeding, already that clutch feels fantastic. So I'll pump this a few times now. That feels nice, that. So what that'll do is properly fill up the master cylinder again, and also expel any air down to the slave cylinder, and at the same time it'll force it up to the top where the bleed nipple is. So basically all I need to do now is slacken off the bleed nipple again till fluid flows out, and that's it, job done. Let's get back down there with the spanner, slacken off that nipple, and already it's flowing out. So there we go. Nip that back up. Put the dinky little cover back on, as you do. Now let's fire the old girl up, see what we get. My reservoir is nice and full, so we're good to go. Let's clean up, fire her up, see how she goes. Yes, that's what we like. Awesome. And a biting point, oh, is a good inch and a half off the floor. Awesome, that's what we like. Job done. So that's the Super Ceed all done and dusted and back up on the road once again. And I know the video is probably about quarter of an hour long, 20 minutes. That job took me 5 minutes, literally 5 minutes. Them are the kind of jobs you like when you're doing cars, and you know, the accessibility wasn't too bad, you know. Okay, I've got a few scratches because I've caught, you know, pipe clips and stuff like that, but I didn't need to get it up on the ramps, didn't need to jack it up, I didn't have to remove any you know, belly trays and things like that. I know the Kias do get knocked by the badge snobs, but I tell you what, their motoring's best kept secret. They really are. And you know, when you drop on a good one, they are absolutely brilliant. I mean, that's just a wear and tear part. You know, the car is a 2013, so the car is 13 years old anyway. It's done 84,000 miles, so you expect wear and tear parts like that to fail every now and then. That's just how it is. But parts like that and jobs like that, it wasn't a £400 garage bill or a whole weekend of me prattling around on my back and things like that. So yeah, I don't do modern stuff, you know. That Kia is probably the modernist I would want to go to. And I'm guessing now that car will see us through for another, oh, I don't know, 5-10 years or more, you know, providing nothing drastic goes wrong. But I think if it did, I think we'd just replace it with another one of those, because they're a great drive. Again, people are going to knock them, but I tell you what, they are a great drive. And for a 1.6 diesel, they're economical, and when you boot your foot down, they go really well. So there we go, that's the Ceed all fixed, back up on the road. So stay tuned, we're going to be back working on Agatha once again, putting some more metal in and all kinds of stuff. So that was just a little video that popped up because it's something I needed to do, and I thought, okay, it's going to make a good video. So if anybody out there with a Kia Ceed Mark II 1.6 diesel and their slave cylinder goes, that just proves how easy it is to do. So no special tools required or anything like that. So save yourself a few quid. You don't need to take everything to the garage to get looked at. So as usual, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and we'll see you again in another video. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.